It's Tuesday, July 7th. This is the Morning Swim Show interview segment. I'm your host, Peter Bush. Before we get started, here's a quick commercial from our sponsor.
This is not your everyday clinic. I guarantee it.
Okay, on the show today we have two interviews for you. First up, USA sprinter Lara Jackson, who has a great chance to make her first World Championship team. And Laura joins us on the phone right now from Indianapolis. Well, Laura, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So does it feel like it's going to happen, first World Champs?
Well, obviously you never know what's going to happen, but I feel great in the water. I'm revved and ready to go, and just can't wait to get a chance to go at it,
Well, Laura, real quick, if I may, a lot of our viewers wanted to pass along their condolences after your father was tragically killed a few months ago. We'd all like to know how the family is doing right now.
We've always been a really strong family, and I don't think it's any different now. I mean, obviously it's a lot to deal with, and there's adjustments, but I would say on whole, everyone's doing really well.
How does that affect your swimming in the long term?
I don't quite know, but, my dad was my biggest fan, and, just want to keep going and be successful for not just me now, but for him.
Right now is really a golden age for women sprinters around the globe. You've got Australia with a couple of really strong contenders, a few of the European countries. So when you're training and measuring yourself, do you measure yourself against the rest of the world or just against the other Americans like Lara Torres?
I wouldn't really say I measure myself against anyone but myself because, I don't know, I don't like to dwell on what other people are doing, and I feel like it's wasted energy to do so. So I just, focus on what I'm doing, compare myself against how I was doing last year, how I feel, what my stroke's feeling like, and if I go a personal best and I'm dead last in the world, then I can't complain because I did my best,
You see some of the times they're putting up this year, high 23s, low 24s. Do you feel like, you can swim at that level?
I definitely think I'm capable of swimming at that level.
What do you expect from this meet? I mean, first of all, how many events are you swimming? And in your marquee event, the 50, do you see it as just a duel between you and Lara Torres, or do you think some other Americans might surprise some people?
Well, I'm swimming the 50 and the 100 free, so kind of a light load for me this time around. And, the 50 really is like a crapshoot. Anyone can get in there. I don't like to underestimate anyone. So I just want to, come in with all my senses high, expect anything from everyone. I don't want to give anyone anything. Just come in swinging from the get-go, no matter who I'm against.
Well, we know that usually when you're swinging, you land those punches. So good luck to you this week, Laura.
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck. And that's Lara Jackson joining us from Indianapolis. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, our interview with Australian coach Leigh Nugent, who has a squad at the World University Games right now. We'll be right back.
This is the Fitter and Faster Tour.
And welcome back to the show. Right now, Australia has some of its most promising young swimmers competing at the World University Games in Serbia. When the Aussies visited the U.S. a few weeks ago, we caught up with their national junior team coach, Leigh Nugent. I'm here now with Leigh Nugent. Leigh, welcome to the United States. Welcome to Arizona. Why does Swimming Australia prepare this trip?
We've always been looking for competition that's suitable for our up-and-coming athletes. Generally, we're bringing athletes here who are about to break into the national team, and we're trying to give them experience, particularly in the travel and race scenario. And coming here to the west coast of the USA is the most convenient place for us. We live a long way from the rest of the world, so there are commonalities obviously between the two countries, and we both love our swimming, and there's always good rivalry here, competition, and it's healthy place to come. So we know we're going to come here and get some good racing in. It's in your summer, and not suffer from any of the illnesses you get usually when you travel to the northern hemisphere in the winter, particularly in Europe where it's a little bit colder. So there's no risk to our athletes coming here as far as keeping them healthy and maintaining their training routines when they get home.
I've noticed you take full advantage of traveling so far. I mean, you've got a couple meets lined up, one in Arizona, one in Santa Clara. Right now you've got other people training at altitude. I mean, you really try and make the most of coming such a long way. Yeah,
well, I suppose if we're going to spend 24 hours travelling over here, we better get the best out of it. So there's not much point in us just coming for one meet at a situation like this. And usually your athletes will come in after a long haul, and takes them a few days to adjust and get ready. So to have the two meets where you can improve on what you've done initially, I think is the best way to go, and provides a much better learning experience for the athletes. You know, they obviously make mistakes first time up. If you can have a go again and back up a week later, you usually can make some changes.
How would you assess where Australian swimming is right now in 2009?
I think we're pretty much like the other major swimming nations. After an Olympic year, it's always a bit of a rebuilding phase. You're identifying new talent that is going to take you on for the next 4 years. So we're in that situation right now, and some of these athletes, well, a number of them actually, on this tour have been targeted for people who would possibly be representing in 2012. So we've had quite a change. We've got 11 rookies in our new World Championship team, and 3 rookie coaches. So, you know, that's a big turnover in a team of 40-odd athletes, and we'll probably see more turnover in the next one, the Pan Pacs and the Commonwealth Games. So, you know, we're in a changing time now, and the next 2 years we'll sort of establish who's going to go on, and it'll be the last 2 years that you're really spending trying to focus on the Olympics.
Right now there's obviously some serious star power on the women's side. Stephanie Rice, Liesl Jones, Libby Trickett, all those girls. On the guys' side, also some stars, but not quite the depth that there was maybe 10 years ago. Is that a big goal to recreate that depth?
It certainly is. To re-establish our men's team always takes time. You know, I think we learned that from the male football codes and so on, where, you know, you get a team of great athletes together, and, you know, they stay in and they play well enough to hold the new guys out, and then eventually when they do go, a whole lot of new guys come in and don't have the experience, and that's where we're at. Fortunately, now we've got a team of young men who were at the Olympics last time. Many of them medalled and were involved in relay winning medals, so hopefully they can take the next step now. And also, you know, some of the younger swimmers that we've identified that haven't represented in the senior team yet, we would think they're going to break through in the next 2 years. So there's a couple there who we think can certainly make some impact internationally for us.
From a technical standpoint or a philosophical standpoint, training, things like that, is there anything that Australian swimming is going to do different in the next 3 or 4 years to prepare for 2012 that maybe they didn't do before 2008?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we're always looking for innovative change. You know, there's not much point in changing just for the sake of it, but we're changing the focus of our domestic training camps that we have. And we run about 10 of those annually, focusing on specific strokes or event distances. We're targeting our swimmers a little bit more carefully now, and trying to invest more in a few rather than invest a little bit in a lot. So yeah, we're taking a bit of a risk there, I think, and, you know, I guess my powers of talent identification are going to be tested out here.
Well, best of luck with the testing. Appreciate your time.
Okay, thanks very much. Yeah, thanks, Peter.
And that's our interview segment for today. Thanks again to our sponsor, the Fitter and Faster Tour, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.